Hi guys, and welcome to Where Ed Puts Art in Your Face. On a Tuesday. There's no schedule for these anymore. I'm just doing them whenever. Or at least, that's how it seems to be these days. Mostly because my motivation has been kind of, like, all over the place. Let's be honest. Just crazy amounts of all over the place. So, Malaise? Is that I forget what malaise means. I can't.
Malaise is a thing where it's like, I feel bleh.
Oh, yeah. I guess, yeah. I mean, like, I'm no longer in the depression low, but I'm on the outskirts of it where I'm just like, oh shit, I have to remember to do things again.
How do things?
I mean, I've been kind of productive. I had that burst of productivity this morning where I got the dishes unloaded and myself cleaned up and fed, and then immediately after that, my productivity spiraled down.
That's okay.
Did nothing anyway. So we're gonna be working on some kind of different stuff today. Just because, as far as sketchy Starscream goes, I got a couple of things I want to do, but for the most part, everything's kind of like I need to think about it for a little bit, and my brain is not really cooperating.
Not wanting to think about it for a little bit.
No, it's not. Also, Michaela's here. I forgot to. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Michaela. Michaela's my lovely roommate and friend and co-star. You love her. She's great.
I am loved.
Yep, she is. So she's gonna be here, and we're gonna be working on something a little bit different, just because I want to. It's a commission I've been working on for my cousin of her cat, because she wants her cat.
She's getting married.
She's getting married, and she wants.
The cat can't come to the wedding. So
I'm gonna be honest. I think she actually is bringing the cat to the wedding.
Oh, well, that puts a whole damper into my theory.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's okay.
So, in the meantime, though, she does want to make these, these custom cocktails based around her and her fiance, soon-to-be husband, and, their cat, because she loves her cat very, very much. So very much. She's had the cat for a really long time. I remember when Snickers was like a kitten. So
so cute that his name is Snickers.
Her name, but yes.
Her name is Snickers.
Yeah, Snickers is just amazingly cute. I'm gonna be honest, like there's no animal I kind of love that I think is quite as cute as Snickers, because Snickers is unbelievably adorable. And I remember Snickers when Snickers was a kitten, and I was kind of teaching Snickers not to attack people in their sleep. Because that was the thing that Snickers did. So, yeah, she's doing a couple of custom cocktails based around Snickers. And I did one piece for her, and she liked it, but she wanted a full body version. So, this is the full body version that I am working on.
It's so cute!
Yep. So I got the line art done, and what I wanted to do for this one is just like, in order to make it really look like Snickers, just to go in and do some realistic kind of like watercolor work. So this is going to be kind of a speed paint, I guess. Although, I'm not really great at speed painting, so we'll see how this goes. It's just kind of like laying down color at the moment, hoping it looks something like the cat when I'm done.
I am playing Picross because I am obsessed.
I don't even know what that is.
Picross.
I don't know.
It's a wonderful game.
I don't know what it is. What is it? Explain.
Picross is obviously a game.
Yeah.
That you have to use numbers and logic to figure out where dots are drawn or not.
Okay, that's weird.
It's basically a picture version of Sudoku.
Oh. Okay, because when I saw it, it looked like it looked like some weird version of Minesweeper.
Yeah, it's kind of the illegitimate child of Minesweeper and Sudoku.
That sounds kind of neat.
It is. It's pretty neat. I love it. I'm
Oh.
obsessed with this game.
I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm just trying to get Snickers color down. This Snickers here is She's very colorful. That Snickers. She's just so colorful. So I'm trying to capture that in this, and it's a little bit difficult because she's got all these like stripes because she's a little bit of a tortoiseshell. That's just what I've always called tortoiseshell cats is torties. Um, so it's like
Twinkles is a tortoiseshell.
yeah, it's basically trying to capture that without like just going in and being like, here, just take this picture and just color over it. And it's coming along pretty good so far, I think. So
It's so cute.
I know Snickers is adorable.
Oh my gosh.
Snickers.
Having been away from animals and not being allowed to own them,
I know
it has damaged my psyche, I think.
I know it's a little bit like we're not allowed to have animals, so we kind of get obsessive over other people's animals.
It's like there's part of me that feels bad for my mom because there are times when I'm just like, yeah, I'm really just here to pet the dogs.
I only came back for the dogs. I mean,
love you, Mom. You are a wonderful person, wonderful human being. I love you very much, but I really just want to pet a dog. I'm sorry.
Because we're not allowed to have animals, so we've lived without them for like over. Well, for me, it's been over a year. For you, it's been over 2 years now.
Yeah.
So.
Going insane.
Because we're all very animal people. None of us grew up without them, so it feels wrong not to have them. Not like we're not even allowed to have fish, and that just feels wrong. Like,
yes, it is very wrong.
Like we're not allowed to have fish. We're not allowed to have like those itty bitty frogs that you can keep in those like tiny terrariums. You're not allowed to have like anything, and it's annoying because I'm like, fish don't even make a mess. I don't understand why we're not allowed to have fish.
Well, I mean, there is also part of me thinking that our landlord is like, he knows his usual clientele of renters.
Yeah, his usual renters are kind of assholes.
Yeah, because I mean, there's stories that he tells us sometimes where it's like, oh yeah, there's some days when I come in to fix a problem that they've complained about, because he's also his property's maintenance guy.
Yeah. Well, and that's your job as a landlord. You have to do the maintenance.
No, yeah, I know, but it's like he also puts in a little extra for maintenance costs in our rent.
Yeah.
And there are times when he comes into one of his renters' spaces and there's a random dog, even though there is, the blanket statement of no pets.
Yeah.
What happened? Or, the walls are suddenly painted black. So, we understand, and so we work with what we get with our renter, or with our landlord.
Yeah.
And he's a wonderful man. It's just, can we please have pets? We're going crazy.
We'll just have the one. Just the one, I swear.
We will love it forever and call it George. Maybe not George.
Maybe not George. See, it looks so much orange up there. For me, it looks brown.
No, I can see it though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can add like the orange highlights in his fur.
Yeah, I know, but like from...
highlight stuff. But yeah.
Yeah, no, but like on the screen, it looks orange. But when I look at it on my computer, it's brown. It is very, very brown.
Cutie. He's so cute. He's so fluffy.
I have to keep
He's so fluffy.
I have to keep saying this. Snickers is a she. A very pretty girl. She's a very, very pretty girl.
She is a very pretty girl.
Yep. Alright, so that's like right there. Okay.
I woke up in a weird mood this morning.
You did? Weirder than my mood?
I don't know about weirder than your mood.
Right?
What kind of mood did you wake up in this morning, Red?
Going, why the hell do I feel like I need to call that asshole Nick?
Oh, yes. That jerk face.
Right?
Anyway. No, like...
No context, that's all you guys get.
You're so mean to our viewers.
Right? No context, just that asshole Nick. Which is funny, because there's two Nicks in my life. One who is not an asshole, and one who is definitely an asshole.
We don't mean you, Nick. We're talking about Nick.
Yeah.
Okay?
Although, to be fair, what is it? One of the Nicks isn't technically even in my life anymore. I just talk about him like he's still in my life.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I woke up, I think because I was also in a bit of a depressive funk the last couple days.
Yeah?
And this morning, I basically woke up to feeling like I need to apologize for everything. Why? I don't know.
Just one of those days, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had those. Those are weird ass.
Sucks!
Right? And then it's just weird ass days, and you're just like, I don't understand why I feel like this, but I'm apologizing. I'm sorry.
And I feel bad for Rob because he, being my husband, he's like, I know you feel like everybody's mad at you and you have to apologize for everything, but I'm not mad. And I just look at him like, I'm sorry. And he's like, you're making me mad and I'm not mad, okay? Would you stop? I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't help it. This is how my brain works right now today. Oh, such a fluffy cat.
She really is. This cat,
She's so fluffy.
she did not start out as fluffy as she wound up, and I don't know how the fuck it happened. I was just like, how did this cat get this fluffy? She was not this fluffy when she started. And I think it's because she moved to a cold climate out of California, and the cat was like, must adapt long fur. Like, my cousin took her to Germany, and I was like, how does this cat survive you constantly moving to cold places? She's long-haired. Well, okay, that explains it. Like, she moved to Michigan for a while where she was working on her doctorate, and then, like, was it after Michigan, she went to Germany for 4 years. Yeah. She had to get, like, special compensation and, like, a special kitty passport for her cat.
Digital kitty passports.
Yep. And it's so funny because the cat has been there for the whole relationship of Matt, her boyfriend, who is just the coolest guy. He's, like, a math major and also was...
Is he the one that makes all of his own stuff? Or is that another one of your cousins?
That is, technically someone I'm not actually technically related to. Because, like, my family is weird in which we have blood relatives, and then we have relatives who we kind of adopted, but not really.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have, like, adopted grandmother named Betty who lives in D.C. She used to live down here. She doesn't anymore. And then we have Stephanie, who is basically a second older sister to me. Mm-hmm. Who my sister's family, because I have a half-sister, so my half-sister's family basically adopted her because her own family was kind of... Yes! It is a kitty angel pangel. It is. It's an adorable kitty. We're telling the story of the kitty. So... What? What was I saying? Oh, no, yeah, so the guy who makes all the stuff. That's Kyle, who is married to Stephanie. I love Stephanie. Stephanie's basically a second older sister to me. I've known her for as long as I've known my half-sister, so for forever. Because my half-sister was 12 years old when I was born. My half-sister is 12 years older than me. So, yeah, Stephanie is, like, the same age as Heather. So she's 12 years older than me, and she's married and has a kid. And her husband, I swear to God, lives to put everyone else to shame. Cause he's like, he's like an IT guy, but in his spare time, now that he's a dad, has become the ultimate dad. He gardens, he makes his own pickles.
Are they any good?
Yes! This is the thing, like, I would make fun of him if they were terrible, but these are amazing. So now I'm like, I can't even make fun of the guy. I'm just mad that I'm not as good as he is. Like, it's just not fair.
Don't worry, Red, you'll have your chance.
I know, he makes his own goddamn pickles. He made his own pearled onions. He made his own mead. Hi, Mama Burb. Yeah, no, so, yeah, he makes his own mead, which is just insane, and it's delicious. It's not fair. It's not. Like, he makes his own beer. I'm mad at the guy, because it's so great, and I'm like, no, how can you be this good at this bullshit? Yeah, so, like, that's Kyle. I kind of like Kyle. And then there's Mike. Mike is also awesome. Mike is, a gymnast, and also a mathlete. Like, this is just the level of men that get married into the Grafstrom family. Because, to be fair, the Grafstrom men are nerds too, so... like follows like, I guess. Yeah, so Mike is, like, he's such a good gymnast that he was almost on the Olympic team, so it's like... He's really good at that, and he's also a nerd, and I kind of love him, and we talk nerd stuff every time he comes over, which annoys my aunt to no end, because my aunt is like the anti-nerd. She doesn't get any of this nerd stuff, so it's me, my aunt, my uncle, and Mike in a room drinking scotch and talking about Firefly. Pretty much, like, every Christmas now. It's the best. I call it my dude time. Gotta get that dude time in.
I have to go check something.
Okay, go check something.
I thought I checked it, but apparently I didn't.
Aw.
So I have to go check again.
Okay, go check again. I'm gonna continue working on Snickers here.
Okay. Do we have dog for men?
Why has it gotta be for men? Just making fun of Rob at this point.
So yeah, we don't have Dove for men.
Yeah, we just have
We
regular
just have
Dove.
Dove. And we're running out of that, finally.
I actually found more in my bathroom. It's not Dove for men, I can tell you that. But I probably brought it with me when I moved out of my mom's
the
place.
bottle that we're using,
Yeah?
came from his mom's house.
Ah.
Because she was like, my husband doesn't want to use this. Can you take it? There's a very bad rendition of my mother-in-law.
You gotta, is anyone say anything? No, yeah, so it's so weird because everyone who's even, like, kind of associated with the Grafstrom family tends to marry, like, absolute nerds. And it's the best because I get to hang out with them every Christmas. And it's so funny because my aunts, like, tend to hate these guys or, like, not understand them, and I immediately win them over, and I'm like, yes, these are the perfect people to fit into our family. And my mom's like, it's not your decision. I'm like, I don't care. Have you met my cousins? This is the perfect fit. One of my cousins works for Bungie. We need more nerds.
We need more nerds in this family.
It's like, they're all pretty much nerds. And I'm like, I know! That's our type! We're just all nerds. We just have to accept this at this point. Like, what was it? My cousin Amy married a photographer. And he's like the least nerdy out of all of the men that that have married into this family. Of which there are 2 so far. Actually, no, I take that back. There is only the 1. But my cousin, my other cousin who got married, Kyle, he's not that nerdy, or at least I didn't think he was that nerdy. But then he became obsessed with the Masons, so now he's a history nerd, which I'm like, it's just the nerdiest out of all of them. So you don't even have like room to judge anymore. And technically, even though Stephanie's not technically a part of the family, she married a super nerd. They played Code Monkey at their wedding, which was hilarious to me at the time because I loved that song. And I was like, wait a minute, is that Code Monkey? That is Code Monkey.
Code Monkey like Kratos.
Code Monkey like Tab and Mountain Dew. Yeah. So it's just like, that's the song that Kyle chose to walk down the aisle to at his wedding. And it's so funny because they're both Kyle. There's 2 Kyles. There's my cousin Kyle, and then there's Stephanie's Kyle, who is the one who makes his own mead.
Ugh, that overachiever.
He is! It's annoying! Like, I love him, but God, it's annoying. We have the best conversations, but damn it!
Stop being so awesome at what you do, dude!
Right?
But don't stop making the stuff because it's delicious.
Oh, fuck yeah, it is. Like, every time I'm over there, I'm like, did you make more mead? I made beer this time. Damn it! You're killing me! You're killing me, Kyle! You're killing me! I get so mad at him. I'm like, you didn't make mead? God damn it, Kyle, what good are you?
What's the point?
What's the point of you, Kyle? It's just like, I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought. Make mead next time. I need it.
We won't have this problem, sir.
We wouldn't have this problem if you just made mead. It's like, well, I mean, I wanted to make some non-alcoholic beer because people have stopped drinking. And I'm like, my sister stopped drinking. And my cousin Kyle. Is my cousin Kyle here? No? Then that means only one person in this house is not drinking. Hit me up. And I need extra because I'm dealing with my sister. And also my mother and my sister's mother. All at the same time. Give me the juice. And I know that sounds like I'm using alcohol to avoid my problems, but it only happens once a year. And I need it to to just, like, deal. Because, God, my family is just... They're either amazing people who I can't live without, or just terrible, awful people I wish would just not interact with me anymore.
Well, I mean, there is one very quick solution to that, Red.
What?
You piss somebody off.
I mean, yeah, but then I piss everybody off, and then I don't get to hang out with the cool people. So in order to hang out with the cool people, I have to deal with the assholes.
You have to play nice.
Yeah. It's like when your date invites the really annoying chick from class, and you're like, look, if you want to have a date with me, you got to bring a date to play with this person. And I'm like, oh, shit. And then I'm stuck with the weird person because everybody thinks I like them, even though I don't. And that weird person is my mom. Or my sister. Or my sister's mom. And then it just becomes awkward, and I have to explain why I don't want you to do that to me anymore. Ever again. Please, for the love of God. Let me just sit next to my uncle next time, and my grandmother. Which, oh my God. Oh, my poor grandma.
How is your grandma, by the way, Red?
Yeah, she's doing okay, but, I mean, you heard her the last time I talked to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, there's part of me that's like, oh, you're talking to a grandparent. I know this because this is basically how every single conversation with my grandfather goes.
Yeah, which is, like, I love my grandma, but she's losing it a lot, like, hardcore. She doesn't remember me when I first talked to her. I have to repeat things 5 different times.
Yeah.
And she doesn't remember I moved out. You know, I love her. She's got Alzheimer's like crazy.
Her mind's going.
Yeah, the last couple of times we took her to, like, Thanksgiving, we had to explain it was Thanksgiving like 5 times in the car. And then had to tell her the pie she was sitting next to was a pumpkin pie and an apple pie. We had to explain to her. I'm not even kidding. 5 times. Yes, Grandma, that is pie. Well, what are we bringing the pie for? It's Thanksgiving. Well, what kind of pie did you bring? It's apple pie. You're literally sitting next to it, Grandma. I love you, but Jesus Christ. You can obviously tell that is an apple pie. You're sitting right the fuck next to it. It's apple pie and pumpkin pie. There's 2 of them. Oh boy, 2 pies. Yeah, yes, Grandma, yes. Oh God, and then it got really sad this last Thanksgiving because on top of having to explain that, yes, you were sitting next to 2 pies, she was like, I miss your father. Do you know what happened to him? And I'm like, oh shit. Because my dad died 2 days before my first birthday, and having to explain that to his mother feels wrong. Like, it feels very wrong to have to explain that to the woman that birthed him. On top of the fact that that was also the year that she lost her sister and her husband.
Ugh.
So she lost her son, her husband, and her sister all in the same year, and her dog.
Like, I will admit, your grandma, I would say, should be up for sainthood.
Yeah.
For that, because how she didn't go on a murderous rampage, I don't know.
Well, she got very depressed because my grandmother and I have a lot in common. So she got really super depressed and she married a very abusive man.
Ugh.
Yeah, whose stupid, greedy, asshole children convinced her to sell her really nice house out in Corona and move into this shitty place out in Paris, which, if you don't know, Paris is not a good town, guys. Like, it's very rural, and the places where it's not rural are kind of, like, not great. It's basically the ghetto. But he was convinced that it was, like, he convinced her that it was this amazing place that he had. And it was not. It was, like, half the size of my grandma's place. My grandma had a shit ton of land. And he forced her to move into this place. And then he forced her to wear his dead wife's old bathing suit.
Ew.
Yes, it was gross. Their relationship was not great. He was an
Ew.
abusive asshole who used to beat her dog, who was the sweetest little Karen Terrier who looked exactly like Toto.
Ugh, this jackass.
Yes.
Can I kill him?
He's already dead.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, and I'm killing him slowly by overwriting his memory with my name. Because everybody called him Red, and I was like, no, now it's my name. My name is now
Can't
Red.
have that name anymore.
Yeah. And I was like, no, fuck you. It's like, everybody calls me this anyway, so I might as well make it mean something. Everyone will forget that you were Red, and I will be the only Red.
I will be the ultimate Red.
Yep. So it's basically like, this is Highlander, and I'm gonna ruin everything.
I'm gonna ruin everything you love.
Oh, yeah. And it was so funny because that, like, no, it wouldn't be fun. It's not really funny, but, like, in a grim sense of humor kind of way, it's funny. At his funeral, my cousins got up and spoke on his behalf and were, like, crying and bullshit. And I was like, why are you crying? This guy was an asshole to Grandma. Well, we're sad to go on Grandma's behalf. I'm like, no, you're fucking not. If you're gonna be sad on Grandma's behalf, be sad that we still have to deal with his asshole kids trying to steal Grandma's stuff while they collect what little shit he left behind. Because all of the crap in that house belongs to my grandmother and they're trying to steal it. Not anymore. She moved out and now she has her own crap. But, like, yeah, no, like, that was a thing. And I remember being very pissed off about it.
You should be Red.
Right? And everyone was acting at the funeral like he wasn't this asshole his whole life. Which he was. He lied about being in the military and serving in World War II. He lied about it. He said that he had when he hadn't. I'm like, that's some bullshit.
Isn't that impersonating an officer?
Yes!
Couldn't he be arrested for that?
Yes!
That's an idiot move, sir.
Yeah, he was a dick. And I was
You're
like,
dumb.
yes! Like, I'm not exaggerating when I say this guy was an asshole and I hated him, and I'm not sorry he's dead. And that it really baffled me when my family was like, actually mourning him, because I was like, does no one else remember how much of a dick this guy was? Is it just me and my mom? Is it because me and my mom had to deal with him the most? Because I did. I had to deal with him the most because my mom would drop me off there to be babysat.
Ugh.
Yeah, my mom's not great.
Again, every time your mom calls, I'm always like, oh great, how's Linda gonna piss me off today? Every single time. Every time.
I know, and she does piss you off every time.
She pisses me off so much. Like, I think I'm more pissed off about it than you at some point.
Well, I think I've lived with it my whole life, and thanks to therapy, I've accepted that this is just how my mom is. I'm not going to change her. I just have to live with her I just have to live with it at this point and wait until she dies. Which feels
wrong. In which case, then you can hijack her funeral too.
Yeah, which feels wrong. Like, on some level, it feels a little wrong to say that about my own mother, but like, you can't change a narcissist from who they are. They just are who they are forever, and yeah. So it's just something that, like, it's less putting up with and more understanding that they can't change that. That's literally just who they are. And coming to accept that and understanding that if I want to have a meaningful relationship with the other parts of my family, I'm gonna have to deal with her, and figuring out ways to deal with her that are healthy for me without resorting back to old behaviors that just resulted in nothing good for me, you know?
Mm-hmm. Like selling all of your mom's stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that when I go to watch her house. She told me to get rid of the stuff. She didn't tell me how, and she's not paying me to do it, so, you know.
Might as well get some cash out of it.
Yeah. I mean, she was just gonna take it to the dump, and I'm like, why do that when I can sell it? Since a lot of the bullshit that is in her garage is stuff I told her not to buy in the first place. Like,
but did she listen?
No. Like, she has 3 different fucking blenders. 3.
Holy shit.
And it's not like they're
What?
Yeah, and it's not like they're immersion blenders. They're just all different blenders that she was convinced she needed. Because she didn't like the old one, and somebody in her friend group decided that, like, tried to convince her that she needed this one and not that one.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I know.
Your mom is a hoarder.
Not, well...
Your mom is a hoarder, Red.
I mean, I've seen Rob's grandma, so I'm not going to call her a hoarder. It's just that my mom she tends to follow trends and then not think about it later. And the thing is that she thinks money equals success.
Ugh.
Because, you know, WASP.
Yeah.
So there's this, like, thing both in her friend group and in my family where she has to basically show off, you know, how well she's doing by showing off how much she has. It's not a great coping mechanism.
Nope. Not by a long shot.
And it results in literally a 3-car garage only being able to fit in her tiny, dinky ass two-seater car. Yeah. So
Ay, ay, ay.
I know. But in the meantime, Kitty! Look how pretty the kitty is!
She's so cute! I'm gonna gush about your cousin's cat some more.
Yeah, she's adorable. I love Snickers. Teaching Snickers not to attack people in the middle of the night was also important. Because as cute as Snickers is, she did do that a lot. And I had to be like, Snickers, no!
I mean, it's probably for the best, because that she learned it from you.
Yeah.
And not from somebody else, I think.
Why?
At least from me. She should not learn that from me.
Why?
I will yell at her.
I don't yell at cats. I understand that cats don't understand the same way that dogs understand. Basically, in order to teach a cat a behavior, you have to repeat the behavior a billion fucking times. And you can't, and it's not like you can reward them or punish them, you just have to teach them. And the best way to teach them is to just not encourage it. And so if you don't want them to bug you in the middle of the night, you pick them up by the scruff and you drop them down, and then you just go back to sleep. Especially if they're tiny kittens, because that's the best way to discipline them. Just, no.
You don't get attention tonight, cat.
Yeah.
Not today.
Get black spot. Down here. Okay.
Because, yeah, usually, my method of disciplining for cats
Yeah?
is I will yell at them once,
Hmm.
and that usually fixes it. Because it goes from dead silent to extremely loud. And that at least taught my mom's cat before he passed away not to wake me up at 6 in the morning when it was a weekend for food. Because that's when, Mom and Shirley would feed him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, cat. Mom and Shirley are away. I am your keeper now. You do not wake me up at 6. 8 o'clock is the earliest you can wake me up. I will accept 8 o'clock. And to be honest, he did. He pretty much stuck to that schedule, because 8 o'clock rolled around and he started meowing. Yeah, you're right, cat. I'll feed you. Come on, it's 8 o'clock. I told you 8 o'clock is the time limit, and it is 8 o'clock. Good job. But yeah, otherwise, it's either I'll hiss at them, or it will go from dead silent to really loud. And they usually pick up on things.
Yeah, I imagine they would if you did that.
Probably mean to my cats, yes, I know. But
I don't yell at cats. I've had too many cats, and I understand. I was practically raised by cats because, like, the first dog I grew up with, Hoagie, didn't really like me. He liked Mom, and that was it. And he wasn't really a dog so much as he was a shivering, sniveling toddler that my mom just babied.
lovely.
Yeah. That was because he was neurotic, because my sister picked him out. My sister literally cannot pick out a dog that is not neurotic. Every goddamn dog my sister has ever picked out for anyone has been a neurotic piece of shit. Including for herself. She picks out neurotic dogs. She literally cannot not have a neurotic dog. I don't know what it is. Like...
Maybe she buys the dogs and she makes them neurotic.
No!
No?
I think they're neurotic when they start.
Okay.
I mean, being around her certainly doesn't help, but, like, I'm not gonna give my sister credit for stuff that was probably at fault with the dogs when she got them. Like, oh god, Max, the like, she was, okay, when I went on my Japan trip, to Japan, which we talked about in the last art stream, before I left, my sister was living with me, and she was graduating from law school, and we kept joking that she was going to be the plus-size version of Legally Blonde if she adopted a chihuahua, because she's thinking about adopting a dog, and I said, don't get a chihuahua, because then you're just literally going to be fulfilling destiny and be the plus-size version of Legally Blonde. You don't want to do that. And because I'm gonna make fun of you. And then I came back from Japan, and lo and behold, my sister at the airport, as she's picking me up, has this itty-bitty fat chihuahua underneath her arm, and I was like, oh my god, she really is the plus-size version of Legally Blonde.
Oh my god.
It was the fattest chihuahua I've ever fucking seen! I'm not kidding, it was a Vienna sausage with legs! Toothpick legs! It was ridiculous, it was not a dog, it was just meat with a mouth. Maximilian Jose Cuervo Grastrom the First. That was his name.
Oh, good God.
Right? And I'm just like, why, first of all, why would you name a dog that? I feel bad for the dog. Secondly, holy shit, it's so fat. How does it run so fast? Because it kept getting out and running away.
Oh, Lord.
Right? And then it would get into the garbage and eat everything in the garbage. And you're like, how? It's an itty-bitty chihuahua. How does it keep doing this? You're like, oh my god, dog, where do you put it?
In his tummy, obviously.
Oh. And it's not like it got better because that just stupid chihuahua just like, what is it? At one point, ate an entire large pizza by himself. And the contents of a garbage can. In one evening! And I'm like, that's not a thing dogs do! That is a thing a monster gremlin with legs does! Oh, God. And that's like not even talking about the Bichon Frise she had in Philadelphia. My sister just... Every dog she picks out is neurotic in some way. Like, Maximilian had, like, anxiety and separation issues, and then on top of it was also, like, just an insane eating machine with a thyroid condition.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's just, like literally at the end of this dog's life, I was like, he literally is a Vienna sausage with legs. And like, then she got, I want to say, Sherman. And Sherman was another Chihuahua who was so anxiety-ridden, the dog would have panic attacks.
Aww.
And had to be on anti-anxiety meds.
Poor puppy.
Yeah. And then there was Hoagie, who was my first dog, who, oh my god, this dog, we took him camping and he refused to leave the tent or the car. He would shake and howl and be so upset the entire time unless he was sitting in someone's lap, was in the car, or in the tent. He refused to walk in the dirt, so he blistered his paws. Because the asphalt was just too hot.
Doggy!
Yeah.
Doggy, no!
Yeah! Stupid dog. And that's the dog I grew up with, so I didn't think I liked dogs, because that's what I thought dogs were. When I pictured dogs, I pictured Hoagie, the dog that pushed me out of my own mother's lap while I was learning how to tie my shoes at the age of 3.
That's a jerk dog.
Yes! Hoagie, who would not play fetch and didn't know anything other than sit and stay. That's it. And then eventually learned roll over, but not until like he was 7. So I was in middle school. This was not a dog that you wanted around a kid, because this was not a kid dog. This was just a animal. You're a kid. You want a dog that's gonna do tricks and play fetch with you and run with you in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
And this dog didn't do any of that. So yeah, I was practically raised and like spent all of my time with Maya, my cat. And Maya was basically a self-teaching cat. If she didn't like something, she'd let you know. Mostly by hitting you with claws. Because she used to be a stray up until my mom adopted her, and she never forgot her stray life. And God help us, neither did we. Like, this cat would go out hunting and come back, and there would be 3 birds dead in a single day.
My goodness.
We had a rat problem before we had this cat, and afterwards, we never saw any rats ever again. Because that was just the kind of cat that Maya was. So I learned very quickly how to interpret cat behavior and how to deal with it. So, like, yeah, no, like, Maya taught me good. So, like, as far as when it comes to cats, I not only can read their behavior fairly decently, but I know how to deal with them. To the point where I've been able to basically domesticate feral cats. I mean, they have to be kittens, and even then you have to, like, work really, really hard at it, and it takes months of effort, and then your mom ruins it all while you go away to college after you have paid out of pocket, out of my own fucking pocket, to get them neutered. My mom let them out one night, and then they never came back. I'm like, that doesn't sound like them, but okay. And I told you not to let them outside and be vigilant. But okay, Mom, great. Yeah, I know. So yeah, like, so Maya taught me, you know, how to deal with cats, and then the best way to deal with cats is basically, you know, if they don't want to do something, they're not going to do something, but you can convince them not to do a thing fairly easily. All you have to do is show them, I don't like it when you do the thing. So, and it's especially easy to do with kittens, because all you have to do is pick them up and toss them. And not like, I don't mean toss as in like throw across the room until they hit a wall. I mean like pick them up by the scruff and then put them down on the other side of the bed. You know, not enough to hurt, just enough to be like, don't do the thing again.
Yeah.
I do love this. I do love watercolor brushes for working on, like, pieces that are more like, what's the word? Come on. Van Gogh did it. Impressionistic, there we go. Especially since I can do this and it looks like hair. Isn't that great? Gives me a nice directional feel.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. It's awesome. I love watercolor brushes. The problem is it doesn't, like, it's not great for when I'm doing, like, some of my digital stuff, so. It's great for cats! Yep.
It is windy AF today.
Yep, it is.
Just like it was windy AF yesterday.
Yeah. I thought about going out and putting up the bird feeder, and then I saw how windy it was, and I was like, oh, nope, that's not going to happen. It's like, oh, nope.
Yeah, being up in the high desert, you get very high winds.
Yep. And it's so funny how, like, I keep thinking about it. I'm like, it's not called the high desert because everybody's high. And I'm like, although we are trying to change that. Because here in California City, we want people to start growing hemp. Although Bakersfield keeps making that really difficult. You assholes.
It's a lot, Bakersfield.
Right. Alright, what do you think, Michaela? How's it looking?
It looks so good.
Nice.
Kitty cat are so cute.
Yeah, I'll go in and add, like, some more shadows and highlights and stuff.
I think I found another card I need to add to my dragon deck.
Yeah? What is it?
Morophon, the Boundless. Thanks, Peter.
Do I want to know what it is? Is it some kind of ungodly dragon abomination?
Actually, no, it's a shapeshifter.
Okay.
So I get to say what it basically is every creature type. So technically, yes, it's a dragon.
Oh no.
Anyway, when he enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Spells of the chosen type you cast cause a wubbard less to cast.
Oh lord.
So that means there is some dragons that I have that with
right.
with this guy out on the field and with my dragon as my commander,
yeah,
I can cast them for 0 mana.
God damn it, Michaela. I love you, but god damn it!
It'll be great!
It's too many goddamn dragons. This is why I don't like playing you in Commander.
Well, I mean, you know, when I pull good hands and when I keep drawing good cards,
yeah,
yes, I will admit I am a pain in the ass to go up against. And your bestest of friends when you have to fight with me.
Yeah.
When I pull bad cards, it's actually fairly easy to beat me.
Yeah. No, and I know that, but there's also that part of my brain that goes, my deck is slow, so that's not good for me.
My deck is also slow, so
yeah.
If you have a fast-moving deck, yeah, you're gonna kick my ass.
I mean, like, there's parts of me that go, like, there are sections of my deck that work faster. They're just more there to hold you off until I can pull off something.
Yeah.
Some white.
My computer died, so now I have to play phone games.
Oh no! Whatever shall you? However, will you live?
How will I survive?
Right.
Basically, by playing Gardenscape. So I'm sorry to anybody named Austin. If I start cursing your name, it's not you. I promise.
My poor cousin.
Stupid Austin.
Because I have a cousin named Austin. It just makes that so funny for me.
That's okay. Once I started playing again,
yeah.
Rob was asking, what did the guy who does the science, what did he do now?
Yeah.
Because that's the Austin he knows.
Yeah. You know, I'm almost like tempted to start asking our followers for name suggestions for me, because I'm thinking about getting my name legally changed, because my name is not legally Red. It's something else, and I don't want it to be that anymore, because it no longer feels like that's me, and also I don't respond to it anymore, which is a problem. I mean, I do in front of my mom, but like that's it, and that's like barely now. Like, because the last time we were over there and she called me by my dead name, I basically didn't even respond.
No doubt she felt you were ignoring her.
Right? And I wasn't. It was just that I'm like, what?
Gotten so used to being called Red here, Red.
Yeah, I know. But I've always felt like Red was kind of a nickname / placeholder, and I really want to kind of have an actual legal name that I can pull off of. That isn't Red. I mean, I like Red. Red is a great name, but it's not really the name I think of when I think of myself. You know, I would like something a little more, let's say something that actually sounds like something that would be written on somebody's birth certificate. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. And I've been throwing out, and me and Michaela have been going through ideas. What was the last one that we kind of liked? Was like Freyr or something? Because I'm going for like more of a Celtic and or Scandinavian feel, so it matches the rest of my. Because I don't want to change my last name, and I don't want to change my middle name because I like both of those.
I forgot.
Like, we liked Frere, and I liked Siggy, but you really did not like that at all.
I'm sorry. Blame Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. It's a great movie. But I will call you Ziggy Piggy if you are not careful.
I know. So I'm
And
not...
I won't try to do it maliciously.
I know. So I'm probably not going to use that. I was thinking, though, of, like, Rowan, but you didn't like Rowan. So.
I didn't?
No, you didn't.
No, I think that was one of the ones that I suggested, but it was similar to Rowan.
Rohan. That's the one that you suggested that was similar, and I was like, I don't know, because all I would be able to think of is the writers of Rohan.
Well, Mama Bird is suggesting Reed.
Reed? I don't know. Then I'd think of Spencer Reed.
You'd have to know everything at that point, Red. Everything about anything. Or be able to read super fast.
Well, I can do that. It's just I don't, like, retain as much information that way. I don't have an eidetic memory, so that's not really an option for me. I don't know. It's something I'm thinking about. I do kind of like Frere, just because it's both the name of a Scandinavian god, and also, just because it's amusing to me, then the nicknames become like Frere Grostrom and stuff like that, which is just, yeah, I'm down for that. Call me fair. I'm definitely fair. So, I don't know. It's something I'm considering. Alright, I'm going to change the background just so that I can see my whites a little bit more clearly. So I'm going to put this to black. There we go. That way I can go in with my eraser tool. And as long as I'm on the right layer. Make this line up with my line art a bit better. You don't want to be like too sharp with this, because otherwise then it'll make the line art itself come off a little bit wrong. And I'm going to set it back to the same gray that I use, so that when I... Oh, because I'm going to do a thing. And I do still have to go in and do the area around her mouth and her eyes. And I think I'm going to do the eyes on a separate layer. Oh god, because that just looks so wrong and demonic.
Well, I'm not seeing what you're seeing. I'm seeing what's on
I
the
know,
big
wait
screen.
for it.
Ah!
There it is.
Hi!
There it is.
Well, now you can tell how long the delay is.
God, your scream was great. It was like, oh, I'm not seeing what you're seeing. Ah! God, your scream was just so great. God, you're more terrified of it than I was.
It's a demon cat, Red! What did you expect me to do? Ooh and odd how cute it is. I mean, it's still very cute, but it's demon eyes. Ah!
There, the demon eyes are gone. Is that better?
I don't know yet. It's still there. Yes, it's much better. Thank you.
This is like going back to like earlier when we were talking about horror films earlier this morning.
Yeah, I had a bit of a jackass 7th grade teacher. She was great. She was one of my favorite teachers in the whole school.
Yeah.
But at the end of the year, she catered to the popular kids, which were the jocks at my school. And the jocks were all about the horror movies. And I'm like, okay, I've never seen a horror movie. I don't know how to handle horror movies because my mom is chicken shit of horror movies. There has been no horror movies. I have not seen any type of horror movie until my dad married his wife. And
yeah, it was so funny moving in and hearing you say how your mom thought that Jurassic Park was a horror film.
Yeah.
'Cause it's not. I mean, kind of, but not.
Okay, so movies like Jurassic Park, The Mummy, basically any movie that Disney would not produce.
Yeah.
Would essentially be fodder for my mom's mentality of, this is a horror movie, we have to stop.
Jeez.
If there is any semblance of suspense, any semblance, like, okay, because we tried watching Jurassic Park with her,
yeah,
like, a couple months ago, and 5 minutes into the movie, she has to stop because, nope, this is too scary, I can't handle it.
Oh my God. Your mom is a wimp!
Yes, she is, and she's proud of it. But anyway, yeah, so I didn't actually see Jurassic Park well into my late teens. Didn't see Jaws until probably I was about 20.
Yep.
Because it was like pulling teeth. I was like, nope, I can't handle horror movies. I watched one when I was in 7th grade, and it's ruined horror movies forever for me. And this is why, because of this teacher. Because
she showed Darkness Rises or something?
No, I'll get into it, Red. Well, I don't mind sharing with our wonderful audience.
Okay.
So, 7th grade, my teacher, it's at the end of the school year. My teacher doesn't want to teach us anything because it's a private school. We don't have to learn any more shit.
Yeah.
Let's get them out so that we can have our summer vacation so that they can come back next year for another round of schooling.
Yeah.
And the popular kids were all about, oh, let's watch movies at the end of the year. Let's watch scary movies at the end of the year. Let's watch this one called Darkness Falls. Darkness Falls is a movie where the Tooth Fairy is a real thing, and if you catch her while she's taking your teeth from you, she will kill you if you happen to look her in the face.
Oh, God.
That's the premise of this movie. And me, having never ever seen anything with any kind of suspense ever, poor little baby Michaela here, is sitting down in this classroom with no windows and closed doors. So you can put your hand up 2 inches from your face, and you would not be able to see it. That's how dark it is in this room. And with no windows and closed doors, my poor little baby Michaela Hart shuddered in fright and said, Mom, they're showing us horror movies at school. I can't deal. And she's like, don't worry, dear. I will fix this. So she calls the school. The next day, the teacher says, I'm sorry, kids. We had a parent complain. We cannot have you watch the rest of this movie.
And then you watch The Ring.
And so instead what we're going to do is we're going to put on this new movie called The Ring. I'm like, okay, is this going to be a nice, happy rom-com? No.
No.
But it did last the whole episode, which is by far infinitely better than what Darkness Falls was.
Which is just, that is just hilarious to me because I'm like, why would she think The Ring would be better?
I
Ring
don't
is
know.
like, to me, The Ring is so much scarier than Darkness Falls. That's just as hilarious to me. I'm like, really? That was the safer option?
Yep.
Jesus.
So yeah. that whole experience basically turned me off to anything with any sort of suspense as well. If it was classified as horror or slasher, I would not see it. So I have never seen any Freddy Krueger movies. I have never seen any Halloween. I've seen Halloween Town, but that's a completely different story.
Yeah.
Thing, a completely different genre entirely.
Yes.
But yeah, any kind of like mass killer murder thing, never seen it. Jason movies, never seen those.
I really want to show you the Nightmare on Elm Street, just because the original '80s version. Because I gotta tell you, it's not really all that scary. It's mostly just kind of funny.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Poor baby McKella turned off the horror movies because of Darkness Falls.
It's just so fucking funny to me. I'm like, really?
Really?
Do.
Apparently, Mama Bird knows what I'm talking about.
Right?
And I think she agrees with you that that's a horrible movie. Alright, now I'm gonna go in and color in the eyes.
Because I don't want to have that, like, scary demon eye thing.
No more demon cats, Red! No more!
Oh, God, that was hilarious. Just, oh my God.
Now, I will admit, I've gotten better over the years with the suspense in some movies.
Yeah?
Like, I've seen The Brothers Grimm.
Yeah, that's a pretty good movie.
Which, it does get very suspenseful, and my mom did actually watch it with us once, and she's like, oh no, I can't deal, I have to go. I'm like, Mom, it's fine, it's just gonna be scary for just this little itty bitty bit. There's gonna be a crow calling that'll probably make you jump, and I'm sorry, I know you're jumpy as hell, Mom, because all we have to do is be quiet, turn a corner and go boo, and you jump 5 feet in the air. I understand, but I promise, Mom, it's gonna be better. It's gonna get better. I promise, okay? You gotta bite the bullet and get through this part, okay, Mom? Okay, so we get through that part, and sure enough, the rest of the movie was fine.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah. I haven't been able to watch any horror movies, though.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Red, though, has desensitized me a little bit to certain things.
Yeah.
So we now have in-jokes with some of the more stupider of the horror movies.
Yeah, like Teeth. I insisted you watch Teeth with me. I was like, this is not gonna be scary, I swear to God. It's labeled a horror film, but it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever fucking seen. And then we watched it, and it's now one of our favorite in-jokes. Because it for real is the stupidest fucking thing. Is it not?
It is.
Yeah, it's so stupid. It's also fucking hilarious. I can't every time.
Because I do something that makes you laugh every single time.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's that, but also just because the movie itself is fairly stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure from a guy's perspective it's more scary, but from a girl, like from a person who has a uterus's perspective, it's mostly just fucking hilarious. I'm like, guys are really afraid of this because this is fucking hilarious. Because Teeth, for those of you who don't know, is technically a horror film about a girl who has teeth in her vagina.
They gave it a medical term.
Vagina dentata.
And so to make Red laugh, all I have to do is wave my hands around and scream, "Vagina dentata! It's real! It's real!" And she cracks up like that every time.
God, it's the stupidest fucking thing, and it's the stupidest movie, and it kills me every time. Because, come on, it's just funny. Because all of the gore is, like, strictly dick-related.
Yeah.
Like, the only time it gets any is even a little bit, like, scary from, like, a girl's perspective is when it looks like the guy that she's into is gonna, like, rape her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then she bites his dick off. And all of a sudden the fear's gone because you're like, ha-ha! That showed you! It's just like, why would I be afraid? I don't have a dick. And it's like, so long as these guys don't attempt to rape her, they wouldn't get their penises bit off. It's a great movie. I had a great time watching that movie.
I also had a great time watching that movie.
Yeah.
And I think because it was due to that ridiculous premise.
Yeah, it's like some horror films that are ridiculous are just too good not to watch. Like, I really gotta show you Tucker and Dale versus Evil because...
You showed me that one already.
Really? We watched the whole thing together?
Yeah.
Oh.
Isn't that the one where, like, the hillbilly people are in the middle of the woods and these dumb idiot teenagers are like, "Oh my gosh, it's a mass murderer!"
Yeah.
Yeah, you showed me that one.
Yeah. It's a good movie. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. That's a good movie. People should see it. Yeah, no, it's like...
That is an even more concerning picture on the TV screen now, Red. Look at that cat on the left. He has caps coming out of his eyes. Oh my gosh.
It's only up for like a second. It's fine.
I know. We gotta get the right color.
Yep.
Right color of his little nose. Her little nose.
Yeah. You keep saying It's so funny because to me, cats have always been girls and dogs have been boys, and I think that's because like I've only ever had girl cats and boy dogs, except for when we adopted the two feral kittens, and then I had a boy kitten and a girl kitten.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you know that was the only time I've ever had that. The rest of the time it was always cats are girls and dogs are boys.
I mean, at the same time, for me, all of our cats had been boys.
Yeah.
The first time we got a female cat was the one that I got to pick out, Twinkles.
Yeah.
And she was the cutest thing ever. She still is. And oh, I love that cat.
I think girl cats are just easier to deal with because at least they don't spray everywhere. Although, you wouldn't know that if you hung out with Daphne, because Daphne insists on peeing on everything.
But no, Twinkles was pretty good. She was my gray tortoiseshell.
Aww.
Yeah.
Aww.
She was so cute. And the reason why I named her that, she could have been Tinkerbell, but I was like, no, screw this family naming convention. I'm not into that. Because she had a T on her forehead. Like, her patterning made a little T on her forehead.
Oh, that's cute.
So I'm like, we have to have a name that starts with T. My dad was like, Tinkerbell. I'm like, no, Dad, I am not here for your naming conventions of this family. Yes, I understand. If I were a boy, I would have been Michael, and we would have had the Peter Pan family, but no. Because I'm dead serious.
I remember.
But yeah, my brother's name was intentionally named Peter Nathaniel Anson because the acronym for his name is PAN, and my mom did that on purpose. I'm sorry for sharing personal information of you, Peter, but I find it hilarious.
It is fairly hilarious.
Anyway, what was I talking about?
The
naming convention of my family.
Yeah.
because Mom came with 2 cats into the relationship, Dad didn't get a chance to adjust his naming convention for them. So Buster stayed Buster, and Snowball got basically kicked out of the house.
Oh no.
I mean, to be fair, she did decide the best place to jump down from the window above my parents' bedroom was right on top of my dad's face. And so in retaliation, my dad, being the type of person that he is, having never really been accustomed to having cats before, freaked out and accidentally threw her across the room. Like, picked her up and threw her across the room. I think, if I'm remembering the story correctly, he accidentally threw her against the wall.
Oh my god, that poor cat.
Yeah, she unfortunately didn't last very much longer after that.
Oh.
Anyway, she was a white fluffy cat. Hence why a Snowball. But yeah, when Dad was finally okay with getting another pet in the house, he decided, well, you know this dog that was following you around the church the other day, my dear wife? Let's get that one. If nobody claims her in a week after being at the shelter, we'll claim her. She will be our dog. Okay, dear, and because you were allowing us to have a dog, even though you said we're never, ever, 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 ever gonna get a dog, we'll let you name her, okay? She has the same coloring as Nana in the Peter Pan movie. We're naming her Nana. So yeah. My mom is Wendy, my dad is John, my brother is Peter, and if I were a boy, I'd be Michael. We are the Peter Pan family.
That's very amusing.
And I was like, no, Dad, I'm not here for your naming conventions with this cat with a T on its forehead. We're not naming it Tinkerbell. I have power over it because it is my birthday present. She's going to be named Twinkles. It's going to be just close enough to tick you off. It didn't tick him off.
That's because your dad is a good dad. It would have pissed off my mom.
Yeah, my dad is a good dad.
Yep.
And Twinkles is basically his now.
No.
Well, because when Mom and Dad separated, they took just all of the stuff. They left all the animals behind.
Yeah.
Mom left the animals behind and took us instead. So Twinkles got to stay with Dad, and so now Twinkles is his baby, not mine anymore. She is skinny AF. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She's also very, very old. She's like, what, 16, 17 years old now?
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember how I did this the first time, because it came out looking really great that first time.
Mm-hmm.
I can't figure out how I did it.
I'm sure you'll figure it out, Red.
Yep.
Nana was a good dog, too.
Aww.
She was hilarious.
Yeah.
I loved her. Because, quite literally, she came onto church property, and we were finishing up a Girl Scout meeting there, and there was just, here's this dog. And Mom was also managing to help take care of the gardening situation at the church as well. So she's like, you know what? I'm going to pull some weeds. Oh, there's a random dog here. Okay, dog, you look thirsty. Let me fill up this bowl for you. And from that moment on, Nana followed Mom everywhere.
Aww.
Like, she would walk all the way across the church property, all the way into the back of the church property. Nana would follow her. She's like, okay, kids, it's time to go. Get in the car. The dog tried to get into the car. Yeah.
Figured it out.
And when nobody claimed her at the shelter, we took her, and she was basically a water and bird dog. because every time a plane or a bird flew over our property, she had to bark at it.
Mm. I mean, that's dogs, though.
Yeah, you turn on the faucet, and you put your thumb over it so that it turns into a spray. She would try and eat the water. She was the best.
Yeah, well, I think I figured out that, like, dogs aren't supposed to be, like, weird assholes was when we got Luke, who was my first actual real dog, because I don't count Hoagie as a real dog. Hoagie was, like, I don't know, a weird demon in dog clothing. I tell you, that dog sucked. And anyway, so we got Luke, and Luke was a purebred golden retriever who we got from a small breeder. So none of this, like, you know, anytime you hear, oh, it was a purebred, that means it came from a puppy mill, and blah, 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 blah. No, we went out to the house with the 2 golden retrievers, with the mom and the puppies. It was a very nice little family-run farm. It was adorable. And my mom was like, now we're not going to adopt them right away. We have to wait. Okay, Mom. This is me knowing that normally when my mom says we shit, it's going to be her doing something. And lo and behold, who decides to take the dog home that day? My mom.
Yep.
Yeah, so we wound up taking Luke home day 1. We named him Lucas from the Bible, calling him Luke for short. And Luke was a golden retriever, which meant he acted like a real fucking dog. You know, we taught him how to play fetch and roll over and do all the dog things that dogs are supposed to do, Hoagie. And he was great. I loved Luke. He was great. The only problem with Luke was he was so high energy, and it was so funny because we got him because he was decided to adopt him because he was the puppy that was napping when we got there, and we're like, oh, isn't that so cute? He's so low energy, and then we adopt him, and we learned he was a liar. It was all a lie. He wasn't calm at all. He was the most high energy goddamn dog you ever met. But he was such a sweet dog, because golden retrievers are just very sweet.
Yeah.
That, I mean, he didn't set off Robert's normal I'm afraid of large dogs thing. Because I don't know what it is about me and my mom, but we always tend to adopt dogs that, like, aren't supposed to be that big, and then somehow they get bigger than their breed is supposed to be.
Well, that's because you don't pay attention to their feet.
No, we do. It's just every time we adopt a dog, it's big. Like, Rex. Rex, who is the dog that my mom has now, who I picked out, and I miss so terribly. I miss that dog. Rex is a German Shepherd, ostensibly. But he's really fucking tall for a German Shepherd. And he's got, like, the body of a Doberman, is really what it boils down to. That dog is not a German Shepherd. He is a Doberman and with a German Shepherd-shaped head. And it's hard to tell because Doberman Pinschers and German Shepherds have very similar personality types. They're both very protective. And, you know, he's a mutt, so all dogs are going to be different, and he's also a mutt, so it's harder to tell. But, you know, fuck, that dog is a Doberman Pinscher with a German Shepherd head. And I loved him. He's great. Luke was adorable, and I loved him. But, yeah, he was super high energy. Yeah, no, so, like, and it's kind of a thing in my family where my mom says, oh, I'm not going to bring a dog, or I'm not going to get a new cat until such and such time, and then goes out and comes back with the fucking thing, and I'm sitting there going, so, what you said was a lie. Got it. Here we go. That's starting to look good. What do you think?
Lies.
Yep. He did. He did lie. We thought he was all super calm and chill, and then it turned out, nope, he was taking a nap. That dog was not chill at all. That dog was the exact opposite of chill.
The dog had no chill.
None whatsoever. He was so high energy. It was ridiculous. You could set him loose and just watch him like run and just like watch him destroy everything in his path. He tore up the carpet in the guest suite because I wasn't awake 24/7 to watch him. Or at least that's how my mom framed it. Yep, this is my mom we're talking about. If I didn't get blamed for something, it wouldn't be my mom. He's a great dog, though. He died real early. So that's one of the problems with purebreds. When you actually get a purebred, even if they're from a reputable breeder, is they still suffer sometimes from defects within the breed. And with golden retrievers, they can get this severe brain damage or severe brain tumors, which is what happened with Luke. He had a sudden onset brain aneurysm. So, because he was only, I want to say 7, and out of nowhere, he basically just stopped being able to function.
Aww.
Yeah. It was real sad. And I miss him. He was a good dog. But he's in puppy heaven. Which is also squirrel hell. Which is so funny because I think I saw the post that like started that did that, and they're like, what did squirrels do to deserve it? I'm like, they know the bird feeder is not for them. And I'm like, yeah, that and for throwing rocks in my fucking head. So I've never met a squirrel that has not done that. I don't like rodents. I don't. And it's not just squirrels. I also really don't like rats or hamsters. I've never had a hamster or I've never held a hamster that didn't bite me. I hate those little fuckers. Like hamsters, and I want to say mice. Although, to be fair, I did used to feed mice to my lizard, so I could see why they would bite me. But I think the only ones I can tolerate are rats and chinchillas.
Oh, chinchillas.
Chinchillas are so cute. None of them have ever bitten me.
They're so soft.
They are. I love them.
My cousin had a chinchilla. That's the only way I know how. Chinchillas are.
Yeah. They're so cute and they're so soft, and you can't really give them a bath. You have to just give them a sand pit.
Yep, because water will make them all moldy or something like that.
Well, they'll get mold in their coat.
Yeah. You can't have that.
Nope. Okay. There we go. What do you think?
So cute.
Okay, so now there's just a couple of things that I want to do. First of all, I want to make these more green. Stand out a little bit better. And I'm going to do some stuff to the fur. And then I'm going to go in and add the last few details. And it's going to be awesome. But look at that, we finished a cat in stream. Well, not yet, but we're gonna. I'm almost done. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a nice sharp shade of green. I'm gonna take, oh wait, hang on. I fucked it up. One eye at a time. So if I do it both eyes, that'll come out looking weird. Alright, so take this, I'm gonna go up here. I'm trying to remember which one of these was that I used last time.
Slowly but surely.
What makes you say he's becoming Demon Cat?
Because I saw the black come back red.
Here we go. Yes, now his eye, now her eyes. I keep saying he because you got me started on it.
Haha, I win.
No, you don't, because Snickers is a she. So I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna go in and do something kind of crazy. There we go. So now we got some dimension to the eyes, making them stand out a little bit. I'm just gonna make this next part a little bit awkward. So I'm gonna do this, do that, and I'm gonna take boop. Yeah, I think probably overlay is the way to go, but I'm thinking maybe soft light. What do you think? Michaela!
Sorry. I'm reading something about Clark Kent
Okay.
trying to dodge the Joker.
Okay. But look, what do you think? Soft light or overlay?
Let me look at your computer screen.
Okay.
That might make this answer a lot faster.
Okay, so right now,
Uh-huh.
this is overlay.
Okay.
That's soft light. Soft light. Overlay.
If you do the overlay, that gives it the orange pops more.
Okay, so you want that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I like that one better.
Okay. Go ahead and get rid of this. And then I'm going to take this light gray right here. We're going to go in and make sure I don't have any background. When I do that, then you're not going to like this part because it might make it a demon cat again for a second.
Demon cat.
No, it went great. Okay. So all I'm doing is making sure that my whites stay white. But to do that, I had to go in and actually... I just realized an easier way to do this. Ha-ha!
Oh, look, there's the white.
Yep.
Color over everything.
Well, less over and more behind. This way I make sure my whites stay white. Because otherwise, if I kept it, because I'm gonna make this a PNG, and if I kept it the same opaque, that it had been, problem was is like any background you put it on, it would have the this like minor color change, which like if you put it on blue or pink or any other bright color, it would look weird. So I don't know what colors they're using. So I'm just going in and making sure it has this nice stable background so that won't happen. Then we're gonna go in. I'm gonna erase some of this just so it's not so crazy. What you doing?
Looking at things on Pinterest.
Okay. I don't mind if it's around the edges, but I don't want it to be like in the body of the cat. That would be weird. You know?
Yeah. Apparently, U.S. News says if you skip the cheese on your hamburger, you could save 5,876 calories per year. And somebody responded with, "How about you mind your business?"
Yeah. What if I want my cheese?
Can't live without cheese.
Right? My endocrinologist has already told me about how much he hates that I still eat cheese. And you know what? I'm sorry, I tried. I gave up bacon. What more do you want from me? I gave up bacon and eggs. And he thought the egg part would be harder for me to do.
Nope.
And I was like,
it's
nope.
It's the cheese.
It's the cheese.
Cheese is delicious.
It is. And the thing is...
To anyone who doesn't like cheese, you are a weirdo and you need to learn the value of good cheese.
If you're lactose intolerant, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? I have even seen lactose intolerant people eat, like, a lot of cheese.
So what you're saying is just eat cheese.
Just eat cheese. It's delicious. I mean, for goodness sakes, I had a friend in college who basically had milk challenges at his house.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
Because they liked dairy products that much.
What?
This ferret getting the brushing. It's so cute.
Ferrets are adorable. I'm annoyed that you can't get them in California. Ferrets are an illegal pet in California, for those of you who did not know.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I had a friend who had ferrets.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did they live in California?
They did.
Well, I mean, if you had them before you moved, it's okay. And I guess if you get, you have to, like, get a special dispensation and shit. But, like, you can't buy them here. You get them out of state. Now what?
These cats trying to figure out this disco ball. It's too cute. Look at them.
Like, I don't know what this is. It's shiny.
It's shiny, and when I try and attack the dots on the wall, it's still there. Oh, cats. Oh, cats, you're too cute. We love you so much.
Yep. It's very sad that we can't have any.
Yep. Though I wonder if we can manage to talk our landlord into letting us have animals.
Nah.
We'll be like, we'll start with just one.
What if it's a fish? If we start with just a fish? I feel like that's the gateway drug to pets. Fish.
I can see it. Because, I mean, that was what my dad had, because his dad was allergic to anything with fur.
Yeah.
So he had fish in the backyard. That's what my dad had growing up.
I mean, like, I had Hoagie and Maya and then Tilly, my second cat, who lived, like, past all the other cats. But I also had a bunch of fish growing up because my mom was like, well, I better teach you about death. And I'm like, I am the one child that does not need to learn about death. Which sounds so grim, but it's true because, I mean, I grew up knowing that my dad was dead. I knew what death was. I knew it meant that you know, that you were there one day and the next day you're gone and you're not ever coming back. And you're either in heaven or someplace else. I don't know. Whatever your religion says. Plus, by that point, I've been to Sunday school quite a bit. And I'm and I was raised Unitarian Universalist. So they teach us about all the religions. So I just basically assumed that my dad was somewhere nicer than here.
Yeah, I mean, my mom teaches kindergarten now.
Yeah.
And she does have classroom pets. So when a pet passes away, because she usually she probably has like lizards and, you know, she has to feed the lizards crickets. So the kids are like, no, don't feed the crickets to the lizard. And it's like, the kids, he's not gonna die. He's just gonna continue living on in the lizard. Let's feed the lizard now. Come on. So that's how she gets kids to be okay with feeding animals to other animals.
Mm.
And when a pet dies, it's okay, kids. We now have a class or a school garden going. Let's bury it under one of the plants. They'll need the nutrients. It'll live on in this tree.
I don't know. It's just like, I know that fish are like a good starter pet because they're a good way of teaching your kids about death without it having that great of an impact. But I mean, that was not ever something I needed to learn, and I got very upset when my fish kept dying. Because I didn't have a proper facility for any of my fish. Now that I think about it, I'm surprised they lived half as long as they did. Because I just had a fishbowl. That's literally all I had was a fishbowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're supposed to have, like, a tank, and I had a bowl. An actual real-life fishbowl. Which, actual real-life fishbowls, not great for fish, unless they are seahorses, surprisingly. Yeah, they learned that you can't breed seahorses unless you have them in, like, one of those round fish bowls.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But you have to have the filter in it because, you know, they're still saltwater fish. You need the filter. But, yeah, like, they couldn't get them to breed until they started implementing this shit. And then they're like, what the fuck? And it was because they needed, like, that constant perpetual motion going on that they couldn't get in those other, like, because they're, like, rectangles shaped.
Yeah.
Aquarium. So they're like, we have to keep them in these round aquariums. That's why if you go to an aquarium with seahorses, a lot of them, you'll own. Oh, oops, that was not the right layer. You'll see a lot of them in these like round aquariums, and the reason for that is specifically because they can't get them to breed any other way. Those are just some finicky motherfuckers. Because the whole point of the aquariums is to be like a breeding. The whole point of zoos and like aquariums is basically to be like a breeding facility. They're there to educate you about the animal so that they can get funding to breed more of the animal so that the animal doesn't go extinct. That's literally the whole point of zoos. The rest of it is just upkeep for the animals so that they know more about their behavior, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Like, that's what zoos and aquariums are for. And I think it's great because it does help a lot. Like, I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh, you're locking animals up in cages. It's so wrong. Like, no, bitch, how the hell else are we supposed to get these animals back from the brink of extinction if we don't freaking breed them? Because out in the wild, they're dying. And they're dying mostly because of us. But this is a way to ensure that we have a stable population to hopefully reintroduce. That's what we did with the wolves and the California condor. And surprise, surprise, it worked.
You on the right layer?
Yep, I'm on the right layer.
Okay.
I wouldn't be able to erase it if I wasn't on the right layer. I'm going for the white right now. So it's just like, yeah, no, like, I don't understand why you get all these people who are like, no more zoos, no more aquariums, animals should be free. I'm like, when we did that, animals died. And then we had no way of replacing them. Like, I realize zoos started off as a way for white people to basically view animals from different continents that they didn't know and or understand. But that's not what they are anymore. What they are now is a way to basically ensure a population of a species that's dying out, while also educating us about the animal so it doesn't have to keep dying out in the wild. And the other thing is like, I get annoyed when I see people on my Facebook feed start doing this, like, trophy hunting is wrong. I'm like, most trophy hunting nowadays is actually funding conservation.
Yep.
Especially in Africa. Like, it's still kind of not great. Like, we should still kind of be aiming for other ways of conservation, but if rich people want to go out and kill an animal, the good news is that if they're doing it trophy hunter-wise, so long as they're not killing an animal that is actually beloved and is not doing anything wrong, most conservation facilities will be like, here's a rhino that is killing all of our other rhinos, please go shoot it dead. You have given us enough money to pay for all of the other rhinos to survive and a lot of money for the rest of the conservation. So just go kill this one asshole rhino and we'll be good. Or like this one asshole, I don't know, lion or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just that when trophy hunters go out and do it illegally, that's when I get pissed.
Yeah.
You know, when and poachers are the real problem.
Yep.
Oh, and I really hate it when people start treating regular hunting the same as trophy hunting in countries like Scotland. Like, oh no, they're killing the deer in Scotland. Have you been to Scotland? Because I haven't. I gotta tell you, those things breed out of control. They have no natural predators. If we don't kill them, they will breed themselves out into starvation. Like, legitimately, they will. There's huge, like, the size, like, there's like 100, okay, I'm saying this wrong because my brain's not functioning properly, but, there's like these huge herds of deer that are like hundreds strong in Scotland because they killed all the wolves hundreds of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't reintroduced any, so you have all these deer that are breeding out of control, which is why hunting them is fine. It's the same with the goats. They're not a natural species. They were introduced, so they're totally fine with people killing them. But I saw on my Facebook feed somebody was freaking out about it and going, trophy hunting in Scotland, and I'm like, no, guys, it's not the same. It's not the same.
It's not the same. Let me educate you.
Like, let the Scots kill the deer. It's
Here's a PowerPoint. Here, educate
yourself. It's like,
love Bleakley.
Yeah. Because for real, like, there's just so many goddamn deer, and it's not like it's not like the okapi or other deer species from Africa that might be on the brink of extinction. These deer are not. They're not even really a protected species. It's like regular old European white-tailed deer that have bred out of control. And people were like starting a petition to get Scotland to like not kill them anymore. And I'm like, no, guys, they need to. Because if they don't, they're just gonna starve themselves. Because that's all you see in Scotland is deer and sheep. Deer and sheep.
I mean, also at the same time, if these people did manage to get a petition,
yeah,
where enough people try to tell or sign this petition to say, "Hey, Scotland, can you please stop killing all the deer?" Like, I don't know how Scotland feels about Americans. I'm assuming it's not very good terms.
It depends on the day and the person. Because I gotta tell you, if there's one country on earth that hates Donald Trump more than America, it's Scotland. They hate him so much. It's insane. I mean, it's justified.
Yeah.
And they hate him so much. It's like, it soothes my inner soul with how much they hate him. Alright. So I got that.
So anyway, what I was going to say was, yeah, Scotland probably won't listen to you.
Yeah.
Because you don't know the situation, and you're being stupid, so they don't care.
I mean,
they'll probably laugh and go, "Oh, look at these American, assholes or whatever."
Yeah. I mean, if there's a Scottish animal that should be saved, it's the Scottish wildcat, because it's on the brink of extinction, and it really, like, for real, that the cat really does need to be saved, and it's a shame that so few people actually know about it, like that and the capercaillie. Like, there's actual Scottish species that do need to be saved. It's just the deer are not one of them. It's just that people think deer are cute, so that's what they go to, and I have to keep explaining to people that, look...
It's all because of Bambi.
Right? And I have to keep explaining to people that, look, the deer are not in danger here. There's other species that do actually need your help, and you're, like, basically ignoring them because, oh no, the precious deer. And it's the same thing with American deer. American deer are not in danger. None of them are. None of American deer species, except for the ones in South America, are in any kind of danger in any way, shape, and form. In fact, they kill more people a year than, like, any other animal. But you have native bee species that are going extinct because they're getting outproduced by the introduced honeybee. I don't know, it's just kind of like...
Don't know what you're talking about. Shush!
Yep. Just annoying is all it is. Or, like, alligators. We really need to be focused on, like, preserving alligators. Love alligators. They're great.
Alligators could be cute.
I think they're cute, but I'm apparently a weirdo.
I will admit, I do not care for alligators.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have a healthy respect for them. Hey, alligator, you stay over there on your side of the river. I'll stay on mine.
Yeah.
And ne'er shall the two meet.
Ne'er shall the two meet.
Because if you decide to meet my path, yeah, I'm not gonna be okay with that. I'm going to probably run and scream like a little girl.
Me, on the other hand, I love alligators. I think they're kind of weirdly adorable. I have this amazing fascination with them.
And that's okay. Gotta get the eye shines right.
Mm-hmm.
think I've been watching a little too much Delightful
Why?
on YouTube. Because that's what she calls it.
The eye shine.
Yeah.
Well, she's kind of right.
I mean, usually it's the spot in the eye where the light hits, I guess.
Yeah.
So she calls that the eye shine.
Yeah. She's not wrong.
No, I know, but I'm just like, I'm starting to use that phrase now. I think I've been watching too much of her.
Yeah, I'm basically just adding in as many highlights as I can.
Cause she a bright kitty.
Well, plus it adds a little extra definition. Gives something else for your mind to, like, latch onto.
Yeah.
And I'm using the effect line to do it. It's just a lot of my work for me.
Curse my thick hair.
What's going on with your
I
hair?
washed it this morning,
Yeah?
and it's not dry yet.
It's so funny to me because I have super thick hair too, but I don't have that problem.
Yeah, because you cut it super short, Red.
Oh yeah, yours growing out again, isn't it?
Yes.
And you tend to put it up when you come out of the shower, don't you?
Yeah, I do, which doesn't help matters.
It does not, I was gonna say.
And I know that. I've learned this many, many years ago.
And yet you keep doing it?
And yet I keep doing it. Because I don't know why. I don't like my hair in my face.
Then why don't you just cut it short?
Because I don't want to.
You're kind of in a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation there, Mikhail.
Yeah, but you know what the funny thing is?
Yeah?
Even when I put it up in like a bandana,
Yeah?
it's still wet. Thankfully, it's not like dripping, so I'm like, it's not too bad. But still, ugh, could you dry already? Well, Red.
Yeah.
The Stay Hydrated bot says that we've been streaming for 2 hours.
Shit. Alright, I'm almost done. I swear, I'm almost done. I'm gonna finish this like real quick.
Super fast, go!
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. So, nope, I want to make this even lighter. So I'm gonna go over here.
Yeah, I'm here, but Rob's not.
Yeah, he's not. He's at work, right?
Yeah, he's tutoring kids today.
Mhm.
But it's Tuesday, which means he's tutoring Bella,
Oh.
which means there's little sounds of art. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, I'm glad she said that, not something else. Because when I did it, my brain went somewhere else, and I was like, oh, I need to put that to an end right now.
But no.
Hydration bot.
But no. So yeah, he's tutoring Bella today,
Yeah?
which means that there is a possible chance that he might come home late,
Okay.
and I will have to what's
Oh,
the word I'm looking for?
it's the you might have to initiate punishment.
No, I might have to initiate a curfew for my husband.
Oh man, last time this happened, I ended up cracking up so hard. I was like, oh man, you're in trouble with your wife. Which just amuses me because I'm not involved in the relationship in any way. Oh? Oh, he's home!
don't have to. It's still a curfew today.
Nope.
Not today.
Today.
Because, yeah, my punishments usually start, like, at strike 2. You get strike 3 with me. So, yeah.
I'm surprised I haven't hit any with you yet.
Well, see, that's because I have to just tell you to do something once.
This is true. You wield shame very well.
Because Red was not feeling well one day, and Rob decided to go shopping. And when he got home and asked for help on emptying the car of all the groceries, Red was like, "Okay, I'll help." And Rob was like, "No, you're gonna sit down." And Red's like, "No, I want to help." And I then just stared Red down. "You're sitting down." And she's like, "Oh shit."
And then I did.
And then Red did. For the whole entire time that I emptied the car.
Yep. Hi, Rob.
Hello.
Hi, Rob.
How was it?
I am half frozen.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's cold outside.
I almost got blown off the road a couple of times.
Oh, no! The wind. It active.
There was a train.
Okay.
The train was not blown off the road,
No.
which is good, because that's not where trains belong.
No.
It wasn't on the road to begin with. And part of it was waiting for a signal that I never got, so I just came home.
Signal that you never got?
So the mom of the last kid I was supposed to tutor today
Yeah.
got held up at work. Because the task that her boss gave her was far more momentous, bigger-ish than
It's monumentous.
monumentous than they thought it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Because they gave her something that they thought, like, oh, this will take you like 3 hours. And, like, I know from experience of doing home renovations with my dad at his job that is like a 4-day project minimum. So I was like, well, if you're off by 6, let me know. If not, I'll just head back into the desert. And they were not off by 6.
That's where we live. The desert.
Yes. I stopped at Costco, got some shampoo and soap, so I will not smell rank. And I got to listen to a couple of podcasts, which was fun. And one of them, which is Sawbones, was talking about the Pharmacy Museum.
Yeah.
Which is a museum made out of the first legitimate licensed pharmacy in America. Because before that, you could just be a pharmacist by, like, showing up with pills one day. And they'd never checked what were in the pills.
This is true. This is how we get snake oil salesmen.
Oh, no, you see, like, a snake oil salesman would, like, go from town to town selling patent medicine.
Yeah.
The today version of these the snake oil salesmen are MLM people.
Not all the
say.
MLM people.
No, not all of them, but a lot
like,
of them.
honestly, I would say it's more the homeopaths.
Oh.
And there are still people who pitch woo, and that's something I'm honestly fascinated in. Not pitching it myself, not selling bullshit to people and saying it's medicine, but rather the fact that other people still do this.
By the way, you can buy stuff at our store.
Not medicine.
Not medicine.
Though I guess having one of our mana flooded shirts might feel like medicine for your soul, or at least catharsis if you get mana flooded. Or the mana screw shirt if you're mana screwed. And what you should do is wear it under a jacket when you go to F&M. And then, when it happens, like, unzip it and feel as cool as Kamen Rider Rogue with his magical shirts that say exactly what he needs for that situation. But anyway, so they're talking about, like, all the weird medicines that were available at that time.
Yeah.
And some of them are medicines you will recognize, like Bayer aspirin. That's a real medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these medicines in the pharmacy are things that we no longer market as medicine. For example, the amazing anti-indigestive Pepsi. It stops your dyspepsia. That's why it's Pepsi. It's a Pepsid. That's actually true. That's where the name came from.
Yep.
Or now with extra lithium, 7-Up. But my favorite was the 1890s cure for, actually I have it saved on my phone, everything it cured. I'm going to tell you what this cure was, and you're going to lose it, Red.
Okay.
Alright, but I'm going to tell you what it cured first.
Alright.
I'm on the wrong window. That doesn't help me at all. Here we go. I have to, oh, thank God, Google remembered what I was typing.
Mm-hmm.
I just had to type in the first word of the title and went, we know what you're here for. We know exactly what you're here for. So, this amazing treatment schedule that was banned in 1940 after a shipment was intercepted by the newly founded FDA was known for curing... Oh, first off, it is a cure for insanity.
Oh, shit!
With the doctor who invented it saying that 3/4 of all the howling maniacs in the world are curable in a few weeks' time by the application of our orificial methods. It cured bad breath, bad tastes in your mouth, sallow skin, acne, anemia, lassitude, mental hebetude, insomnia, anorexia, headaches, diarrhea, hemorrhoids, flatulence, indigestion, nervousness, constipation, irritability, cold extremities, and other. But you had to use them every day.
Okay.
And you start on the smallest dose and work your way up to the biggest dose. And after inflation, the whole set cost you about $70. This is after inflation. Back then it was like $2.50.
Yeah.
But this was back in the, hey, Penny will buy you a loaf of bread, a carton of eggs, and a gallon of milk. That kind of era.
Yeah.
But the other thing was you did have to keep buying more application fluid. Because the fluid would run out with each use.
Okay, what is this?
Dr. Young's improved ideal there was a word. Self-retaining rectal dilators.
Oh my god!
Dr. Young's improved ideal self-retaining rectal dilators. Made of real galvanized rubber imported from South America.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to show you what these are, and you go, that's what I hoped they weren't. But here we are. I'm just going to pass the phone to Michaela, and she's going to show it to you.
Yep, that's what I thought it would be.
Those are just some giant dildos for your ass.
They are butt plugs. Notice the flared base.
Yeah, those are some butt
so
plugs.
So they don't get sucked right up.
Those are butt plugs.
Oh, goodness gracious. I live with these two.
Yeah, you do. I didn't do that one.
It says right on the box, for whatever ails you.
Oh, Lord. There we go. I'm done with the cat.
Oh, she's so pretty!
Yeah, I finished it.
You are correct. The TV makes your screen look a lot duller.
Right?
I said the TV has very vibrant colors on that cat.
Yeah, but whereas when you look at it on my computer, it's a lot more brown. Look it. Right? More natural looking cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Now here's where it gets funnier.
Yep.
So that was the base set.
Okay, we're gonna have to save this for another time. I'm sorry.
We will come back to these.
Yeah. This has been fun. I hope you guys had a great time. I did too. And we will see you next time. I gotta go eat.
Yes, please eat.
Yep. I hope you guys had a great time. Catch us again. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon if you're watching us on YouTube.
You know what to do. You're not new to the internet.
This is true.
Just throw us money if you like us.
Yeah, please. We could use it.
And if you don't have money, tell your friends to watch us.
Yes.
Like just install Twitch or YouTube on their phone and follow us for them.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye, everybody!